That's the name of the facility. Why does the facility look like that, though?
It appears my calculations were correct. I knew that at this very spot, I would encounter none other than Zordia, the hero who saw us through the final days. So certain was I of my math that I stood here for... Well, let's not concern ourselves with that. I am Nemgigi, assistant to one Professor Claudian. We work with the Ishascope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies our every conjecture. You've been to the center of the star and far beyond it. However, we do hope that you may see something in the crystal that we academics do not. I beg you lend us your well-traveled eye at Aporia. Professor Claudian will be eagerly awaiting your arrival.
As I live and breathe, it really is you. I assumed Nemgigi was simply attempting to pull one over on me, as it were. Perhaps I should pay more heed to her wild claims. Greetings, Zordia, and welcome to my humble laboratory. I am sure Nemgigi has already told you plenty about us, but allow me to introduce myself personally. I'm Claudian, leader of this little research collective. Must admit, I've been nervous about this meeting ever since Nemgigi set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there's no greater an honor than to meet the first woman in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale.
The professor speaks often and at length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements to his own name. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other in Charlian, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless.
Peerless, perhaps, but for a single woman, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from her, and perhaps crack this conundrum that has stumped the three of us for moons. Wow, it's been that long? It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the antitower in the Dravanian hinterlands. There we spoke with Hydaelyn, and learned of the fate that would befall this star, the final days. Wait. Wasn't that 200 years ago? Am I getting the times mixed up? Soon thereafter, all research was moved to Labyrinthos, and through the Ishascope did we continue our vigil. As impressive a work as the device is, however, it can glimpse but a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we discovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. Is it a crystal like my Azem crystal? We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of a normal crystal by orders of magnitude, and its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal was very nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, that crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Thus did we decide to seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets. And now, we would have you see for yourself. Is it Elidibus's crystal? Here is the crystal in question. If it resembles aught you have encountered before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. It's gonna be the same as my Azem crystal, isn't it? It's Elidibus's. I knew it. I knew it! Ah! It has to be. I don't know if it's Elidibus's, but it's someone's. Memory abides within this crystal. I know of someone who bears a similar crystal. I have a crystal. Memory abides. They don't need to know. As I thought! You do know what this is! Please, tell me everything! I see. The Asseans used this to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was special somehow. This revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations.
Similar artifacts have appeared throughout the ages, memories of martial techniques, manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield, or storied stones passed from master to student.
True.
A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor?
Assean memories, windows through which we can gaze upon the convocation of 14. Unlike the crystal in Zordia's story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Who then could these memories belong to? And more importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set adrift on the ethereal sea?
Professor! Professor! Claudian!
Huh? Yes?
I'm well aware that contemplation is the key to breakthrough, but there is propriety to consider. We have a guest, one you invited explicitly. Must we do this every time?
What? Yes, of course, our guest. Terribly sorry, I do so easily find myself unmoored by the tides of rumination. You're good. Perhaps a more, engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up that crystal. If indeed there are memories stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. If anyone, message, come, Pandæmonium, please. Faces, grave threat, star, in danger. Uh-oh. That expression does not bode well. What did you see? I didn't see anything, I just heard a voice. Pandæmonium. 'Tis not a word I have heard before. If my knowledge of the ancient tongue serves me, it means all demons. Not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory to hand. Remgigi, Rusenad, I entrust their procurement to you. If there are more memories to be extracted from this crystal, we will find them. As for you, Zordia, there is a person I would have you seek, the one who has delivered so dire a warning. Your story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. 100% was made by one of the ancients. If that is the case, then discerning the nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past, to an era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. Does everyone, know my story? Well, I guess, because you're, the hero, and then you have a bard. Right, okay, that's fair. I must confess, the tales people tell of your adventures beggar belief, and their veracity has been a subject of much debate among my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. I mean, I'd like to hear what you have heard about me. So I ask you now, return to the past, find out what and where Pandæmonium is, and if we need be concerned by this message. Thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories, and more may be drawn out as you approach their source. Safe travels, and may we meet again soon to share our findings. I'm glad they're making it canon, and we don't just teleport to Elpis, because it would be weird? I don't know. Inconsistent? If receives this message, come, Pandæmonium, quickly! That didn't sound good. How far did I fall? We're in Elpis! Again. Ugh. Oh! Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies. But for the briefest moment, I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. Oh, thought I was a Zem. Probably. Was he close? Were they all super close? She told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. She? Vana? Ah, apologies for not introducing myself properly. The name is Themis. As you can see by my bare face, I am not one of the Elpis' observers. Rather, I am come here on an assignment which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here, for it is plain you do not belong here, or any place I know for that matter. I am Azem's familiar. We know how it goes. Is he gonna buy it? It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I did not know my friend had such a unique familiar at her disposal. If you are here at Azem's behest, then I believe I can hazard a guess as to your purpose. You are here to investigate Pandæmonium, yes? If so, we may be able to help one another. But first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? Damn, how are we both not dead? 'Cause that sounded like that hurt. I see. I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. Well, I'm hoping this is uncommon. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I would very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Fascinating. While I cannot say much as to what it contains, it is clear that there are memories stirring within. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandæmonium. The facility extends beneath Elpis, and is overseen by the words of La Habrea. It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects, and highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded, and under constant surveillance. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding aether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandæmonium ceased. I'm here as representative of an organization that works directly with the Convocation, and I've been tasked with investigating this incident. Now that there is some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we should do next? Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandæmonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting so long for. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. She had also noticed the anomaly near Pandæmonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it could raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone, but she left me with these words. Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you. While I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. She does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, her hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say that I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of La Habrea for entry into Pandæmonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at Anagnorisis. I sent a request for permission before setting forth to Elpis. With luck, we shall not be waiting long. Don't look at me like that. What a fascinating etheric signature. In accordance with the Convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandæmonium. I shall register your aether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandæmonium as you please. Now that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the warder's instructions at all times. Those who conduct their work within Pandæmonium are called warders, for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Habrea has deemed certain such creations as worthy of further study, interring them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandæmonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery. Pandæmonium is a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Are we gonna see La Habrea? Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late. The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in aether have been observed, but surely Master La Habrea would have acted if they were anything worth worrying about. I see. It appears La Habrea is kept well abreast of the goings on here, then. Ooh, that was shade. I hope I'm not overstepping my boundaries by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master La Habrea. Do you know him? Know him? We've met. Oh, the stories I could tell you. You are no mere familiar, are you? Master La Habrea is not known for being generous with his time. That one would have stories of his company almost beggars belief. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the Convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. I'm pretty sure this is Elidibus. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandæmonium. The naos that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Lethe. Let us delay no further. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances, but is it true that you too have met La Habrea in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager. Or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandæmonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, eh? Themis is just a child. He's as tall as me. This has to be. This is definitely. Oh, I was right. Why? La Habrea. La Habrea. I have questions about your interior decorating. It is much as I feared. The speakers seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity not nearly so grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, 'twas a fleeting and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Why does it look like that castle in Final Fantasy VIII? This is the interior design of a full... Basically, All-Star 100%. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Masterwork? This seems more like a, personal choice. Someone or something is tampering with the protections. It is work from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there is something you must know. Uh-oh. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandæmonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it, but let us at least be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. Of course, you have my promise. This request doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. Of course, you have my promise. Thank you for offering your help so willingly. If weapons are drawn, I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of magical support. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your aether as basis for illusory allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do, not exactly an army, but by the look of you, a formidable band nonetheless. Then so shall it be. Now, what I wonder awaits us in Pandæmonium's pitiless halls? Fidelis, the first circle. I have been putting it off all week, this is true.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for accepting. Hey, it's okay, Lich. I wanted to do it.
Ugh, I'll save them. I must.
What? What's going on? Why?
This appears to be one of the warders we seek, but I'm afraid he is in no state to answer questions. Perhaps you can bring...
Dagnabbit! Perhaps you can bring him to what? What, we gotta cut him down before he can answer questions. Yo, that's cool! Yo, the OG! Okay, cool. Yeah, Themis is a powerful bab indeed. That's why he has the white robes, right? Oh my god. Okay. Gowler's flail. Oh, shiznits! Okay, on this side. Okay. Cool. Nice to know that that's on that side. Cool. Cool. Alright, 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 alright. Alright, alright. Just watching. I should have used the other one. What is this? What is this? What is this? Yo! Oh, blue. Oh, blue. Are we supposed to go to the opposite? Sorry. Yo, thank you so much for the follow. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. What? Shining cells, okay. Well, we'll see what that does. Okay. Red and blue. Red and blue. It's red, so should I be on blue? I'll be on blue, okay. Got it. Okay, cool. On red, okay, cool. I'm learning. Oh, blue. Am I supposed to be on a different one? Me confused. I confused. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay, red on blue. Got it. Or not. I didn't got it. I definitely didn't got it. Okay, so it's combined. Okay. Okay. Slam shut. No, the lives of my colleagues are at stake. Why are they at stake? Dude, chill. Dude, chill. Okay, I have to be on blue. I have to be on blue. I have to be on blue? Right? I'm assuming. Cool. Okay, okay. Fire and ice. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Thank you. Gobbler's flail. Okay. Oh, frickin' heck. And I got hit. Sorry. My brain can't multitask sometimes. Okay, opposite. Okay, I'm getting it. On that side. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, I see. I see the colors. Okay. I get it. So I have to go to. No. I stay here. I go over here. There we go. I get it now. I get it. And I still stood in that AoE. Excuse me. Blue or red? Blue or red? Oh, what is this? What's that? Oh, blue. My bad. Yay! 10 minutes of the career. One down, still feeling good, I see, I get it now. No, I don't. I never get it. Thanks, guys! I appreciate you.
That was a thrilling display, and if I may be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your aether fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen.
Is he tempered? I don't know.
Zordia, he stirs. What came over me?
Stirs but not shaken.
It's coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I knew naught of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves.
You're welcome, but why?
I am Ericthonius, a warder of Asphodelos, Pandæmonium's highest layer, and the place we are in now. One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandæmonium? The creations interred within Asphodelos have been set free and stalk its halls to no end but violence.
But why?
That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before?
What's controlling it?
No, never. Each level of Pandæmonium is under the charge of a key ward, who keeps strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master Lahabrea is absolute. It's something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury, then blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. I see. Your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind, perhaps the same ones that saw you separated from the other warders. Whatever had taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here from the surface must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. Horror among horrors. So Pandæmonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within, by the same individual or individuals that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Themis, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what has transpired here? What measure would they take? Doubtless they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandæmonium's tie to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. As I thought, were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of Lahabrea would never risk that despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. You would go alone. I won't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures return to their cells at all cost. And so I must do the same. Themis, I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please, say not a word of this to the Convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right. Forgive my rudeness, Ericthonius, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation has only just begun, and we would be remiss to turn back, or we've made an exhaustive survey. So for the time being, there is slightly more than resolve to rely upon.
Leave it to me. I'll try not to die next time. I died so many times. I'm so sorry for dying so many times.
I knew you would be all too eager to join us. Each moment since you fell from the sky has been more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend, which goes some way toward encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion.
I wonder if we actually get to meet Azem at some point.
So, you agree to help. For the moment, our goals align. The protective magics of Pandæmonium yet hold. So, for the moment time is in our favor. Let us proceed upon the course you and Zordia have set us upon. Themis and Zordia, yes? Thank you. The warders owe you a great debt already. We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandæmonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever so much more entertaining than a pair of 2. Now let us turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates, in case any have followed you out.
Yeah, Themis is a cutie.
It seems our investigation will be quite the ordeal after all. Still, I find it hard to believe that La Habrea knows naught of what has transpired here. Whoever the mastermind of this crisis is, they do not lack for power and cunning. Not a sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor warder has made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstand, but do you mean to rescue the warders and creations both? Naturally, although they may be dangerous, they're valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor, our untold hours of study go to waste. I dare say La Habrea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. Smile? I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. So you've met him before? Was under the impression he rarely visited Pandæmonium. I have, yes. My mentor was the previous head of this facility. That is to say, La Habrea's predecessor in the position of chief keyword.
Athena?
Her name was Athena, and she was a researcher with the words. 'Twas she who appointed me to this position, in fact. I see. I did not know there was a chief keyword before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven by duty to the words, then. You wish also to preserve the work of your mentor. You've the right of it. I'm lacking in ideas of how to go about that, however. I'm a mere warder and cannot wield interment magics. But of course I can hardly expect you to be versed in the magics we use here. If you recall, during our battle earlier, I bound you with ethereal shackles. Interment is a more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. While both are used to keep our subjects docile, only the keyword of each tier is permitted to use each interment. Even if we're allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. I have some knowledge of these forms of spellcraft, actually. La Habrea himself established their foundation, if I recall.
Ericthonius was the adopted son of Athena. Cool! Thanks, Avarice.
While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, interment freezes the very space around it, for as long as the caster wills.
I love those little tidbits.
Indeed, while the illusory beings you summoned in our fight suggested as much, I see your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of interment, and I've been lecturing you like a child all this time. I'm afraid my knowledge ends there. I have not the precise understanding of how the invocations interact with natural laws that would be needed to cast said spells with any consistency. While I consider myself well versed in various magics, I would be ill-advised to assume the duties of keyword without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more of interment and its inner workings, perhaps...
Well, you have a warder standing in front of you. Leave the fighting to me. You two can figure out the rest.
Well, the solution is obvious when you put it like that. Ericthonius, you implied that what prevents you from performing interment was lack of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your power with my own? Would the spell succeed then? I can't say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done. I believe it may be our best recourse. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep, and we would have to start over. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spells cast so many times that their motions have been burned into my memory. I won't disappoint.
Very well.
Let us work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we can test our methods on one of the escaped creatures, though I suppose there is the matter of finding one. It would be foolish to rush in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I would prefer to engage a single creature that Zordia could dispatch on her own, if the spell were to go awry. I agree, and I may have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing the hippocampus wandering the waterways during my flight. Perhaps it's still there. Few of the subjects housed within Asphodelos are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. Then that shall be our first target, or perhaps subject is a better term. Before we commence with the interment magic, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with that task. As dependable as ever, once you have given it a thorough trouncing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the key ward's magic. Until then, my illusions shall fight by your side. The hippocampus will be alone, but it's a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around it, and it will be at home amidst the waterways. Steel yourself for a fight. Athena ever drove home the fact that our subjects should be treated with the utmost care. 'Twould be best if we could see them confined once again, rather than disposed of like beasts gone feral. I take it we are each ready to fulfill our respective roles. Truth be told, this will be the first time I have practiced magic that requires such a degree of cooperation between parties. How thrilling!
Asphodelos, the second circle. What the hell is that? Mythic creation, the hippocampus. Stick to the grates. What does that mean? Look for the eels? Wait, Sakat! Sakat is here! Sakat is here! I just noticed it's Sakat! What does that mean? Oh, was I supposed to stack with you? Sorry, Avarice. Oh, what? Spoken cataract. Okay. Yes, Frizz. Sakat wanted the comms. Thanks, Sakat. Oh, everyone lived. Did you know that someone could die? Did you know that someone could die? Oh, we're supposed to be over. Okay. Key, did you know that there was a playthrough where what's going on? Are we not supposed to be there? Wait, what's going on? Okay. I was like, what that? Rosellos kicks the can, yeah. What do you think about, whatchamacallit, now that you finished it, what do you think about, do you still feel the same way about, Kratos? He redeemed himself? Told ya. Told ya he would! Oh, we gotta move. We gotta move. Isn't that cool, though? Caught you hella off guard, right? Called him dead at the end, you were like, aw! Right? It's so wholesome! It's so freaking wholesome. Over here? Sorry. Sorry, Avarice! That was my fault. I was supposed to stack with you, huh? Something there? Uh-huh. Happy to see you! Actually, wait, now that you think about it, someone spoiled that for you in chat, but you thought they were trolling because you kept complaining he was treating you like a little brother. Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Great, great, great. Okay. I'm going over here. I'm somehow still alive. Wow. Man. The music for this part of the game it's kind of funny. Is this? Okay. Cool. There's something there. Oh my god. This raid wasted people constantly in the first week or two. I can see why. Oh boy. I can definitely see why. Oh, shiznits. Trying to find the right direction is difficult. Like, I'm having trouble finding the right place to stand. Oh boy. Okay, I see it. Oh, great. Oh, great. Oh. Oh, great. Love that. Love that. Love that. Attack. Okay. I'm over here. I know. I had used it though. I tend to whatchamacallit immediately after I use Rampart, I use Arm's Length, so it was on cooldown. I'm dead. I see people move over in that direction, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I should. Wow, words. It's definitely a habit that I have of using it in that way. That's you with jumping to boss ramp plus rampart. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm saving my arm's length. For just such occasions now. Oh, great. So this is supposed to be better on Savage Sakat? This is supposed to be easier than this. Nani? The lies you weave. Yep? Are you kidding me? Really? Are you serious? No way. No way. You're lying. You lying to me. Why you always lying? No! I got hit. Back streets, back. Alright! Oh, great. Oh, great. Why did I move there? No! Okay, guys, I'm collecting, stacks now. I'm collecting them. They're for collection. The more I can get, the better. That's the aim right now. That is the aim. That is the aim. Let me get Voln. I want it. Yeah, collecting them stickers, exactly. Okay, I heard him. Unless he's over here. Oh, great. Okay. I do not have... I was like, do I have... Nope. Wasn't available. Damn it. I somehow used it again. And I don't remember using it. Where is it? Don't die! Don't die! Nice! Thanks, Friz. Oh. Thanks, guys!
It was a trial by fire, or water, I suppose. But I had faith we would see it through, so long as we had your stout arm, of course. I knew that you were no mere mercenary, but to make such clean work of the hippocampus, seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandæmonium, let alone display their skill. Mastery takes all forms indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, in no small part thanks to you two. Themis's power was more than enough to complete the interment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit, but that almost made me feel like a proper magos. Truly, having seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Zordia, I beg to disagree. Shackles is one exception, and 'tis only because I've been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave me feeling completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side to guide me to you. We may prove the impossible possible after all.
I said, welcome to my world.